Other times when we have more time so they can do it. And now it is my duty and honor to be able to invite the Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Moses Wetangula, aka Papa Waroma.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Your Excellency, the Deputy President, our Minister for Foreign Affairs and Diaspora, Your Excellency, the Governor from Mombasa, who is your former colleague, the leadership of the House, including my able Deputy Speaker. Honorable members, I want first to apologize to the members who are panel discussants for a few select new members, because that program is being overtaken by time and events. I specifically want to extend our regret to Honorable Maina Jane Njeri, the Honorable Muge Cynthia Jepkosgei, the Honorable Kode Felix Odiwar, the Honorable Ngui Robert Basil, and the Honorable Ado Aden Mohammed. I'm sure as new members you are ready to make a presentation, but time is run out. I promise you I'll give you a kamkunji back in Nairobi so that we can be able to discuss the preparations that you had put in, and we hear your expectations as fresh men and women in Parliament. Honorable members, we are coming to the end of our session in Mombasa. We have been here for 2 weeks, and the 2 weeks have been very fruitful. The first week, Your Excellency, we spent time on committee work, committee inductions for members who are new in Parliament, and for members who are not new but who have moved to new committees, because every committee has its own work cut out. The beginning was a bit disturbed by the lack of disbursement of CDF, but we managed to overcome that. Secondly, we want to extend our gratitude to His Excellency the President, who came to officially open this seminar, and in so doing he gave a lot of impetus to members so that they can be able to actively and positively interact between themselves with the executive and other arms of government. Today we're coming to an end, and I'm sure Governor Abdulswamad Sharif is all smiles, because we have tremendously improved the economy of Mombasa in the last 2 weeks in every respect. That improvement, I'm sure, has been shared by Kilifi as well, because Mutwapa is next door. And the members know what Mutwapa is capable of doing and offering. Honorable members, in a short while, the curtains will fall on this meeting. I want, on behalf of all of us, to thank you very sincerely. You can see this is the last day, and the hall is full. The tremendous level of enthusiasm, the ability to show the keenness in learning has been overwhelming. Every single member has been keen and ready to absorb something. Even the times I've not been in this hall, honorable members, I've been watching every single proceeding on the screen from my office down here, and I can assure you, without exception, all the contributions have been extremely positive and constructive. And we leave Mombasa, I think, better than we came, armed with better skills, better vigor, better enthusiasm, better knowledge, ready to meet the challenges that our country has placed on our shoulders. As members of parliament, you are responsible for legislation. Whatever the executive does cannot have any force of law without coming through you. So you hold a very critical role in our democracy. You heard us tell you here that even delegated legislation by various agencies and arms of government have no force of law until and unless they're approved by yourselves. So you have that onerous responsibility to ensure that you keep abreast with the developments, and that's why among the many, many issues we have discussed here, Your Excellency, includes modern changes in society, cybersecurity, working in an environment that is now virtual in many respects, developing bills, bringing motions to the House, the responsibility of accountability, that members have an oversight role, the appropriations of public resources. You know, they have a dual mandate of assigning money to the executive, and they must also look at how the executive spends this money. All these are issues that we have discussed, and I think we live here raring to go. In the process, we have also, as members of parliament here, asserted very firmly that we want a seamless engagement and relationship with all the two other arms of government. We don't want to be bedeviled by tensions and rifts and shouting at each other instead of talking to each other. Where there are issues between the executive and the parliament, the houses of parliament, we will be able to sit and talk. And of course, where it is necessary, there will be some little pressure here and there to make things work. But we are not going to grind the wheel to a halt because we are not talking reasonably to each other. As two houses of parliament, we have also taken the extra step since bicameralism came to Kenya to ensure that we bridge the gap between the Senate and the National Assembly. And this is going to be demonstrated this afternoon or this evening when Speaker King and I are hosting a joint Senate National Assembly gala dinner for all of us so that we can be able to move together. Honorable members, the 21st century in which we are has many challenges. And these challenges include the ever-changing mode of governance, the ever-changing mode of communication, and as a House, we must constantly appraise our procedure rules, our standing orders, to ensure that we change with the changing times. Arising from the thematic areas covered in the program, honorable members, I'm sure the experiences, the knowledge, and the lessons learned will be shared beyond this conference. And I'm sure that when we get back to Parliament, everything will work in the manner that we desire to work. As we come to an end, honorable members, I also want to inform you that we look forward to commencement of the second session in a week's time, on the 14th of this month. As you may already be aware, the 31st January 2023, the Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury submitted to the National Assembly supplementary estimates for the year 2022-23 for consideration. In accordance with our standing orders, I immediately notified all members of the National Assembly and guided the Budget and Appropriations Committee together with the departmental committees to get down to work. Of note, honorable members, the supplementary estimates are earmarked to unlock funds to key expenditure lines intended to impact on the lives of Kenyans. To this end, I therefore direct committees to commence consideration of the estimates and endeavor to report to the House upon the resumption of the second session on 14th of February 2023. This will free the House to now shift focus on consideration of the budget policy statement, the BPS, for the year 2023-2024, that is expected to be before the House by the 15th of February 2023. And it's a priority that we must give, because if we do not consider those priorities, then the operations of the country, because government is not about executive, it's about all the three arms, the judiciary, the legislature, and the executive. So as we go back to Nairobi, honorable members, you will be able to find your in-trays full. I want to urge members who are chairmen and vice chairpersons of committees to get down to work and do what you must do so that we get things moving. Honorable members, I'm sure you have learned from this workshop and seminar and induction that the quality of legislation in any parliament does not and will never lie in the debate on the floor of the House. It lies in committee work and eventually lies in the committee of the whole, what we call the committee stage of consideration of bills. You can give very mercurial submissions to a bill, say everything you can, even promise that you will bring amendments to make it a better law. Then when we get to committee stage, you are nowhere. Those mercurial submissions come to naught. So to make a good law, you must be attendant to detail at the committees and at the committee stage of parliament. That is when you can be able to change the content of a bill. Otherwise, you can speak very well and you go away. It will be fodder for the media and no more, because it will not find itself in its way into the law. That's why I want to urge committees, like I've said before, when the debates are going on, there are certain members who, for reasons beyond their control, may make good contributions but not be there at committee stage. I want to direct the clerk that when debates are going on, we have sufficient research staff following the proceedings, so that if a good point is made by Honorable KJ in the course of debate and is not there to prosecute it at committee stage, the clerks and the research team should be able to help the committee that will lead us at the committee stage to include those good comments and ideas that have come through debate, so that we give Kenyans good laws. The House has enough personnel to do that, and we will do that. And those who sponsor bills, whether you are chairman bringing bills engineered from the executive or private members' bills, these facilities will be available to all of you at all times, so that we give this country the law that we deserve, not the law like what you have seen here in the pensions law, that is clear and unconstitutional in content and ridiculous in structure. We need to have proper laws that lead our country to be an admirable country in the current dispensation. I want to stop here, honorable members, by once again thanking you for your industry, thanking you for your cooperation.